Today I'm going to look at the bottom B string and the E string on the guitar and the relative notes that come up the neck, and why knowing the notes on the B string can be so helpful in your playing. So you have the B open, and then you come to a C, first fret of the B string. The D is the third fret of the B string. The E, which is the fifth fret, and then we come from the E to the F, which is the sixth fret of the B string. We have a G, which is on the 8th fret of the B string, an A, which is the 10th fret of the B string, and then back to the 12th fret and the B, which is the same as the B open. And again, don't just go up the neck learning it alphabetically, because that gets too easy. So if you come down the neck when you're starting to learn that one string, so it's the B, the A on the 10th, the G on the 8th, the F on the 6th, the E on the 5th, the D on the 3rd, and the C is the first fret. Now when we come to the E string, the bottom E, it's exactly the same as your top E. So if you've learnt your top E and the F, G, A, B, C, D and E, it follows exactly the same pattern on this string at the bottom. So you've got your F again, your G, your A, your B, your C, your D and your E. And again, if you can come down on that from your E, D, C, B, A, G, F, and again if you can try and pick out the notes on the different strings rather than just playing up and down the neck. So you come up here and you know that on the 12th fret of the B it is a B, or if you come down to the 5th of the B it's an E. Here on the 10th of the B it's a A note. If you come down to the 5th on the E string it's an A note. If you come up to the 12th on the E it's an E. Now the reason knowing the B string can be so helpful is because when you're playing your D chord, you can play the D chord all the way up the neck. But if you know this note, so in this position on the 10th fret of the B it's an A, and if you play a D there it's an A chord. So if you play the E note on the B and you play the D there, that's an E chord. If you come to the F position, that's an F chord. Now what I like to do is add in this note here on all the chords to make it a fuller sound. So if you want to play an A up here, it's the same shape. So there's your A shape, and all I'm doing is bringing this forefinger onto the D string, and it's one fret further up, and that's an A chord. Down here you've got your E chord. If you bring it out to here, there's your D chord. Bring it to here, there's a G chord. The reason this chord shape is so helpful and knowing the notes on this B string is so helpful with this chord, it means, especially if you're playing with other guitarists, you don't have to play the same chords as them. You can pick out other chords and think, well, this is an E, this is an A, this is a G chord, it's a C chord. So when you get to the 12th fret on any of the strings, remember that the sequence of notes just continues the same. So if you're here on the E, this then would become the F, this would become the G, this would become your A, B and C, C, C. So if you come here, the 3rd fret of the B string is a D, the 5th fret of the E string is an A, the 8th fret of the B string is a G, the 12th fret of the E string is an E, the 10th fret of the B string is an A, The third fret of the B string is a D. The third fret of the E string is a G.